Bruno Fernandes' agent has met with top European clubs. A new Man United contract also possible, but depends on the manager and the new United project. This is exclusive from Fabrizio Romano in or on the Court Offside platform. And a lot of rumors yesterday about Barcelona and Bayern Munich talking to Bruno Fernandes. Man United fans seemingly conflicted would probably be the right word to describe their feelings towards the potential of Bruno Fernandes going. There are some that love the guy and think he's an integral part of our club. There are others that would quite openly and willingly like to see him moved on. But I think this is sensible for all parties. And what I mean by that is what's currently going on. I don't think Bruno Fernandes' agent talking to other clubs is disrespectful or wrong at this particular juncture. The player has to ensure that he is in the right space for himself. Say we decide on a manager and a direction that he doesn't like, I would rather him leave than be involved in a situation that he isn't particularly happy with. Also, he could find himself in a situation where he falls down the pecking order. So, of course, it's absolutely within his rights to look for a better option for himself. Clubs are always looking for the best option for themselves. So why should players behave any differently? I think that when the reports came out yesterday, they weren't maybe from the most credible sources around, but with Fabrizio confirming it, I think everybody's minds are firmly set on the sort of direction of which not direction Man United are going, but understand there is a possibility that he could leave. There's also the chance of a new Manchester United deal. And if you're a cynic, you're probably thinking Bruno is doing all this publicly to get himself more money from Man United. But he has 3 years remaining on his deal at the club, 2 years with an option for the club to extend it for another year. So the negotiating power is all with Manchester United. But listen, people, let us know your thoughts and let us know your feelings. By the way, join our transfer group chat as well. Really, really important that you do that. Scan the QR code on the screen or click the link below. Staying with Manchester United, a really interesting story that I came across today says that Man United are ready to agree a 70 million euro deal for Leny Yoro ahead of Real Madrid. Now, if you're not familiar with Leny Yoro, listen, I'm not going to sit here. I never do this. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know absolutely everything about this individual. But what I've researched, his age, his ability on the ball, there's a real top quality player in him. Currently valued at around the 40 million euro mark. There are talks that the bids this summer for him, even though he's 18, could go as high as 70 million euros, with the likes of Real Madrid, Manchester United, Man City, all looking at him. He is only 18 years of age, and in France, he is tipped by many a sort of professional pundit and analyst in his home country of being very similar to Raphael Varane. Similar dimensions, similar ability, and at the age of 18, absolutely shining. Now, I've had a few people reach out to me about this story saying, Terry, you've got to talk about it. I'm not going to wax overly lyrical about the player because, as I've stated, I haven't watched him personally, so I'm not going to sit here and start bullshitting to you in the audience. What I have read is really interesting. What I have read is really encouraging. But viewers, I'd love to get your take on this. Let me know in the comments section below if Man United should be spending a large chunk of their budget on this up-and-coming star. Now, moving to London, news that broke very late last night from David Ornstein is that Enzo Maresca has put pen to paper on a 5-year contract as a Chelsea head coach, and the announcement is coming today. And of course, this is, I always find official announcements from football clubs the most anticlimactic experience now due to how on point the media is. Once you get the here we go, once you get the update from an Ornstein, I always felt the official announcement is a little bit dry because you already know it's coming. There is no sort of shock value. The excitement is, it's like knowing what you're getting for Christmas before you open the present in many regards. It's going to be a very interesting summer and season for Chelsea. I'm going to remain consistent in what I've stated. I think there's a really good coach in Maresca. Of course, though, he's young. Of course, he's naive. Of course, he's going to make mistakes along the way, most likely. And Chelsea fans, in my opinion, have got to stick with him. They've got to be supportive for a period of time and be realistic about the situation they find themselves in. In terms of players, we know that Tosin is likely to be the first deal through the door. Free transfer contract has been offered. Reportedly, it's going to be sort of announced in the next few days. But some interesting stories that overlap with Arsenal. The first one is stories starting to circulate that there's an Arsenal blow as Chelsea looks set to hijack Benjamin Sesko. And there is talk amongst Chelsea reporters that this could be Mykhailo Mudryk 2.0, that he could reject Arsenal just as Mykhailo Mudryk did, according to their reports, 18 months or so ago in the January 23 window. Now, we know that Arsenal are heavily pursuing Benjamin Sesko. We know that Chelsea need a striker. Chelsea have seemingly ruled themselves out the race for Victor Osimhen. Now, Osimhen is someone that Chelsea were linked to for a long time. There was a lot of feeling, a lot of thought that would be the direction that Chelsea go down. They've seemingly distanced themselves from that individual. Benjamin Sesko, 45 to 50 million, depending upon the reports, is such good value for money. Genuinely, is such good value for money. I'm not surprised to see Chelsea look. In 2024, to get a player with his ability, his size, his speed, his technical attributes, his goal-scoring ability, plus there's levels to go up with this young man. At £45 million in this era of football, that is nothing, no more than an absolute steal. It's as simple and it's as straightforward as that. So Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, let us know your thoughts and feelings below. Now, what I find interesting is this story that says Michael Olise ready to stay at Crystal Palace. It is with talks of Eze open to leaving Crystal Palace. Another name could be about to stay put. Michael Olise is a man in demand this summer, with Chelsea and Man United making him a key target. Newcastle also hoping to turn his head. The 22-year-old's release clause in his contract, which is around 60 million euros. But Olise is reportedly in no rush to leave after seeing Palace's fortunes improve. Now, look, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're a Chelsea, if you're a United fan, you'll read this and go, oh, this is terrible news. I just think this is the players' team pushing to get the very, very best deal possible for their client. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. If they put the news out that happy to leave, but very happy to stay, you're likely to get a better offer. That's just the way the world works. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. So I don't read this story and think, oh, Olise staying at Palace. He will definitely want to swap Crystal Palace for Chelsea or Manchester United. Yes, Palace had an upturn at the back end of last year. But two things are going to happen to Palace. They keep improving. Their manager's going to get picked by a bigger football club. And it's likely then they go back a level. Or it will phase out. And then they'll be, they're still going to be a mid-table team. And I don't want to be disrespectful. I know that Leicester pulled off an absolute madness. But that is the exception to the rule. Palace are a big club. Very good Premier League, a good Premier League team, but they're never going to be a Chelsea or a Man United. Well, at least not in Olise's lifetime as a player, not in his lifetime, as a player. So I don't mean it with any disrespect to Palace. I know some Palace fans will take that the wrong way. I don't mean it to sound disrespectful. I think it's just looking at the reality of the situation. Of course, he would pick Man United or Chelsea over them. I just see this as a public negotiating stance, essentially. But look, viewers, I'd love to get your takes on these stories that are circulating today. Top 6 show back later on. So make sure you're all tuning in. 6 p.m. we go live. So be back here on the Terrace. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I'll see you soon.